Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician, and today we're going to be going into a long-term review on my 4-piece semi-locking flex head 120XP ratchets. So these Gearwrench ratchets I've had these Gearwrench ratchets for about 10 years. I recently did a review on their non-flex head 120XPs that I've had for also almost 10 years. I bought this set shortly after I bought the first 3-piece set. And while I do have more expensive and possibly some better ratchets than these are just what I've gravitated towards over the years, just because they've lived in the same spot in my toolbox for many, many years. They've been reliable. So we're going to be getting into the specs, features, pricing, my thoughts on them, the things that I've kind of learned about them over the years of using them. And I will have these linked down in the description for you guys, as well as the new design, because over the years they have changed the design and they have a couple different options now. So I'll try and have a couple of the sets linked down in the description for you guys. So we're just going to go into my thoughts on these and how they've performed over the last almost 10 years. And I really hope you guys enjoy. If you guys do, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Let's go ahead and get into this. If you guys follow the channel, you guys might have seen my 10-year review of the Gearwrench 120XP non-flex head ratchets, which I picked these up maybe a few weeks before these, and these were some of my first ratchets that I bought after just all of the generic ones that I owned as a kid. There are variations of the 120XP over the years. You know, Gearwrench has changed manufacturing locations, or there's variations, especially in their ratcheting wrenches. If you can't get your hands on Gearwrench's ratcheting wrenches, I do not suggest purchasing them. They have some good ones for the price, and then they have some really bad ones for the price, and it's really hard to tell between them by looking online and not actually getting your hands on them. But when it comes to their ratchets, their quality control is a little bit better than that. I have had really good experiences with the 120XP. Now, this design has changed. They do have an updated version of this. They have locking flex heads now, which took them years to come out with, where they had locking flex heads for the 84 tooth and the 90 tooth. But when it came to the 120XP, you had semi-locking or non-flex heads. So it's about time they came out with them, which I have a lot of different variations of. So this is their new designed 120XP with the locking flex head. And I will say I really do like this design, but I think the locking mechanism could be improved. I like the switch itself, but the actual detent that they use, there's too much play in it. I feel like if that was cleaned up and then they moved this detent ball back just a little bit, the retention on these new ones, or at least the one I have, is not as good as the old design. But overall, I really like this design. They've really slimmed it down. Same depth or thickness here, but as far as width, they've really trimmed it down. There you can kind of see the design difference between the old and the new version, but both versions are still available. So I have that. I have the old locking flex head 84 tooth, which has a little bit of play, not as much as the new design. A few different manufacturers use a similar locking mechanism like that. And then I have a couple different variations of the 90 tooths as well. Today we're looking at the 10-year-old 120XPs that I've really enjoyed. Now, I use this set probably a little bit more than I use the standard set of non-flex head, just because these have a little bit extra length to them as well. This is the 3/8 here. This is your standard length non-flex head 3/8. There you can see the length difference. And if you guys watched that first video, I use the 1/4 inch and 3/8 from this set a lot. The 1/2 inch drive, no, because it's like 11 inches or something like that. And so if I'm going to use a ratchet that's 1/2 inch drive, it's going to be something with some length to it. Otherwise, I'm using an impact or, a different variation. But if I'm using a ratchet, it's going to have extra length. Now, this is the first time this EVA foam tray has been removed from my toolbox since I bought this set. Same thing when I reviewed this. So they've held up really well. I did cut the bottom off of this one many years ago in order to fit in my drawer of my toolbox from front to back, but it was literally just enough to fit in the box or in the drawer, and it's sat there ever since. So let's go ahead and get into the lengths. I'll show you everything. So this is the 1/4 inch. They all have 7 different positions they can sit in, and they're pretty sturdy locations as well. much more sturdy than the old Tecton design. It didn't have a lot of tension, and then Tecton updated them. The tension got a little bit better. I still think these hold really, really well in their position. If you don't know about the 120XP design, it is a 60-tooth main gear and dual pawls that alternate, creating 120 positions. So you still get really good strength with a really low arc swing. And the old design, you can see it does have a 3-degree etched into the reverse switch. The reverse switch is recessed a decent amount. They are non-quick release, which is what I prefer, but that's all personal preference. The old style uses a snap ring to keep the backing plate in place. The new design is a sealed backing plate, which I do like. I do like a sealed. These tend to get a little bit more dirt and debris inside. I haven't had any issues with them binding or jamming up or anything, but they do just tend to get a little bit dirtier on the inside much quicker than a fully sealed ratchet like that. The back drag is very, very low. I know there are some people over the years that said that theirs had really bad back drag. I'm not sure if that was when they had switched to a China manufacturer over the Taiwan manufacturer. There are different variations out there, but all of the 120XPs that I own have very low back drag and a very low arc swing, and I've really enjoyed that feature. The 1/4 inch comes in just under 7 inches, and then you actually have a stubby flex head 3/8, which is pretty handy. It's not something that I use all the time, but I have definitely used this more than the 1/2 inch drive from this set over here. So it is a little bit bulkier. It is your 3/8 drive size head. It's not like they put a 1/4 inch size head with the 3/8 drive. It is still just a full 3/8 size drive head, just in a stubby handle. So it's still good for semi-tight, stubborn locations, and that angle on there, you can still get at some pretty awkward stuff. So use this one a decent amount, but it's definitely not like an everyday go-to ratchet. That one comes in at 5 inches. Then moving to the 3/8, which is probably what I probably use the 1/4 inch most, but the 3/8 still gets some decent use. There you can see the old logo design as well, which they don't use anymore. All of them have the 7 different positions. Here's just a quick listen. 3/8 comes in at 11 3/8 inches. So some good length on that. That's why it's one of my go-tos, just because it's got good length. It's not extremely long, but it's got good length to it and the ability for the flex head. And then the 1/2 inch drive, great length. Not my biggest 1/2 inch drive. I do have, like a 25 inch, which is for those really, really stubborn ones. But this thing just feels like it's built like a tank. This one comes in at about 17 inches. So like I said, some good length. Not the largest, but some good length. Definitely one of them that I use if an impact can't get to it or I need to really break something loose. I haven't had any issues whatsoever with these. There you can see the backing plate. And I'll tear one of these down real quickly so you guys can see the internals. I did do that in the first video, but just in case you guys haven't seen that, I'll go ahead and tear one down so you guys can see it. Maybe we'll actually do the 1/2 inch drive since it'll be easier to see things. Parts are a little bit larger. So with this, you'll just simply remove the snap ring. And it's probably been a 1.5 years or so since I've cleaned these. But there you can see the backing plate is quite thin compared to your other style sealed plates. So I'm just going to hold the poles down, lift the plate, lift the main gear out. There you can see the 60-tooth main gear. It does have an O-ring on there to prevent a bunch of debris getting in from the drive side. And then the pawls sit like this on top of each other. They just kind of alternate back and forth, engaging on that main gear. So there you can see some nice large teeth. Lots of teeth. So there's plenty of engagement, plenty of strength to these while still having a low arc swing. And they are labeled. There you can see 12T for the top and 12B for the bottom, so you put the pawls in the correct orientation. There you can see the dual springs. Oh no. There's one that sits in the bottom and the top of the reverse switch. So spring pressure being applied to both of the poles. There you can see it's definitely lubricated. It definitely needs a cleaning, but it's performing well. So should I clean this? Yeah. Am I? Nope. There you can see both of them installed. We're going to place them down in there like so. So there you can see there's always teeth engaged on the bottom and top. It's just which one is biting where. So plenty of tooth engagement. Drop the plate on there, take your snap ring, pop it in. So that is a look at the Gearwrench 120XP semi-locking flex heads with a little bit of extra length. The things that I like about these ratchets, the chrome plating has been good, haven't had any issues with them. It's held up really well. The length is definitely a huge plus for that extra leverage. The strength has been phenomenal, haven't had any issues with that, haven't broke one. Back drag has been good for me. The locking ball, once again, is very sturdy, and socket retention is good as well, especially compared to the new ratchets. But here's just a look at the socket retention. So I mean, I haven't had any issues with sockets coming off or anything like that. The dislikes, which is really just me being picky or personal preference, just giving you guys something that I don't really care for, and that's just the thin snap ring style backing plate. So depending on whether you get the old version like this or the new version, the price is going to vary, but it's usually around $188. The new version of this without the locking flex head is $181. There is a 3-piece version of the locking with extra length for $139, a 2-piece for $83, and then I'm actually seeing this set right now for $139. So just depending on the size of the set, you know, you can get this or the new version or the locking version, you know, all priced pretty well for what you're getting. So my thoughts on the 120XP over the last 10 years have been very positive. I've really enjoyed them. So if you guys have used them, please let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. But if you guys are interested, I'll have a few of the different variations linked down in the description for you guys. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below of your guys' thoughts. And as always, if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.